Imagine you're on a warship. An attack isn't just a possibility, it's expected. And it could happen with less than 5 minutes warning. That's the crazy new reality we're diving into today. We're going deep inside the USS Abraham Lincoln to see what it's like to operate at the highest possible alert. Less than 5 minutes. I mean, just think about that. That's not enough time to react. It's barely enough time to think. This isn't just about being faster, it's a total shift in how naval warfare works. We're talking about a window so small that your defense has to be instant, it has to be preemptive, and a lot of the time, it has to be automated. It changes literally everything. So, how do you even begin to fight a threat that's moving faster than a speeding bullet? Well, the Navy has an answer for that. It's a state of high alert called Condition Red. But what does that really mean for a massive ship and the thousands of people living on it? Okay, so Condition Red is not just some warning light. It's a full-on declaration. It means the people in charge believe an attack isn't just coming, it's either happening right now or it's seconds away. You're not getting ready for a fight anymore. You're already in it. So, when the ship goes to Condition Red, the whole game changes. The defenses aren't just on standby, they are live. And here's the really critical part. The ship's last line of defense, these automated phalanx and CRAM systems, think of them as these super-fast robotic bodyguards. They're unlocked. They are given permission to shoot down anything that gets too close, on their own, without waiting for a human to say go. In a world where you only have 5 minutes, there's just no time to ask for permission. Right? So how do you keep up this hair-trigger alert level, possibly for weeks on end? You can't just sit there and wait for the punch. You have to build a shield, and that's exactly what they do. To stay on this constant alert, the carrier group creates what's called a steel dome, basically a 24/7 protective bubble made of pure air power. And the difference between normal operations and this high alert state is, well, it's just staggering. Normally, a carrier runs flights for about 12 hours a day, right? That leaves another 12 for maintenance, for the crew to rest. But during these surge ops, forget about it. The flight deck is alive 24/7. They are launching and landing planes nonstop around the clock. And that kind of pace, it's absolutely punishing, both for the people and for the machines. It pushes everyone and everything right to the edge. So, what is this steel dome? Well, here it is in action. It's a permanent patrol of at least 4 of the most advanced fighter jets on the planet, just constantly circling out there. They're basically the carrier's eyes and ears, but way out front, extending its radar vision for hundreds of miles. They act as the tripwire, the first line of defense. Their job is to spot a threat long, long before the carrier itself would have any chance of seeing it. Okay, but how in the world do you keep those jets up there 24/7? Well, the answer is this incredibly high-risk, high-reward procedure on the flight deck called hot pit refueling. It's insane. A jet lands, but its engines stay on, just screaming. A deck crew literally swarms the plane, jamming in fuel, slapping on new missiles, and then bam, it's immediately launched right back off the catapult into the sky. And the payoff for that incredibly dangerous dance? It's huge. A process that would normally take an hour, maybe more, is now squeezed down into just a few minutes. That's what it takes. That's how you make sure the steel dome has absolutely no gaps, and you keep that constant, powerful presence up in the air. So we've talked about the what and the how of Condition Red, but now let's get to the really big question, the why. What has changed so dramatically in warfare that makes these brutal, almost unsustainable tactics suddenly necessary? It really boils down to 2 major developments that are driving this new reality. First, you've got the absolutely terrifying speed of new hypersonic missiles like Iran's Fateh 2. And second, there's the whole tactical headache of what they call shoot and scoot attacks from groups like the Houthis, where they can launch a missile and just vanish before you can even think about hitting back. Let's just try to wrap our heads around that speed for a second. Mach 5. That's more than 5 times the speed of sound. We're talking about covering more than a mile every single second. That's not just fast, it's a speed that completely changes the rules of the game and shrinks your defense time down to practically 0. And that incredible speed is what brings us right back to that critical number, less than 5 minutes. Think about it. At these speeds, a missile launched from hundreds of miles away is on top of you in under 300 seconds. There's no time to get ready. Your defenses have to be up and waiting. It's just brutal math, and it's why Condition Red is no longer an option. It's a necessity. And to make things even more difficult, you've got the element of surprise on top of that blinding speed. The enemy isn't using big, obvious launch sites that you can track with a satellite. Nope. They're using mobile launchers that can just pop out of a tunnel, fire, and then disappear back into hiding. This is what turns that 24/7 steel dome from just a defensive shield into a constant, nonstop hunt for these ghost-like targets.
But, behind all this amazing tech and all this clever strategy, there are the people, the sailors who have to make it all work. And for them, living under constant condition red, well, it comes with a massive human cost.
We're talking about 5,000 people. 5,000 sailors aboard a ship like the USS Abraham Lincoln are living this reality every single minute of every single day. For them, condition red isn't some abstract concept from a manual. It's a complete and total upending of their entire existence. And this goes way beyond just working long hours. It's a total transformation of how you live. I mean, just try to imagine sleeping not in a bunk, but on a cold steel deck right next to your battle station while wearing your fireproof gear. Imagine meals aren't hot food anymore, but grab-and-go battle rations because all the cooks have been reassigned to damage control teams. It's a life of constant, draining, bone-deep exhaustion and vigilance. And all of this, it leads to a really big and frankly pretty sobering question. In this new age of hypersonic weapons, is this exhausting, unsustainable condition red no longer a temporary emergency state? Is this the new normal for naval fleets? The answer to that is going to shape the entire future of navies, and more importantly, the lives of every single person who serves on these ships.